All right. So thanks everyone. We're a small group today, but I think the session is going to be really practical and hopefully really informative to give you a good idea of how and why you should set up your business profile on the Yay Community platform if you haven't already done so. If you have, I'm going to give you more tips and tricks on how you can share your profile with others in the community and further connect with those people who can potentially support your business to grow and expand. So with that, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and go ahead and begin sharing with you guys a bit more about the Yay community. So for those who, well, hopefully everyone here is very familiar with the community at this point, and that you're all well versed in what the Yay community has to offer and why you should be a member. But in case you're not, let's do a quick recap. So the Yay community is a global platform supporting youth entrepreneurship. It is managed and operated by the International Trade Center. The International Trade Center is a joint agency of the United Nations and the World Trade Organization. So our mandate is specifically to support micro and small businesses on the ground to compete in international markets and to receive the type of support they need to build sustainable businesses that can continue to engage in trade. So within ITC, as we call it for short, I work in the Youth and Trade program, where, as you can tell by the name, we work directly with youth, not just youth entrepreneurs, but also youth and employability skills, but also we work directly with a lot of the key stakeholders that work to empower youth and ensure that they have the capacities they need to become fully engaged economic citizens. So we work, for example, with TVETs, technical and vocational education centers. We also work with a variety of different business support organizations, such as incubators, accelerators, and various chambers of commerce. And of course, we work with policymakers, working with ministries of trade, Ministry of Youth and Sport, and Ministry of Education across the world. Within the Youth and Trade program, I am tasked with overseeing this Yay community for youth entrepreneurs, which for many of you, I hope you are well versed in how it works, but it's a completely free to use platform. So you're more than welcome to share this community with any other young entrepreneurs or aspiring young entrepreneurs that are in your network or in your community that you think can benefit. On the community platform, you can directly match with a mentor or other young entrepreneurs seeking out perhaps collaboration opportunities or co-founders. You can also tap into events like this one we're here for today, as well as a variety of others that are led by our local chapters like this one today. And of course, you can tap into opportunities, resources, e-learning materials, and so much more. So that's all the platform has to offer. And once again, it's completely free to use and always will be. But the reason the platform is also super important is that when ITC or another UN agency comes to us at the Youth and Trade team and says, I'm looking for a youth entrepreneur that's working in mobility or the green transition or the agricultural value chain in Kenya and is a youth, the first place that we go as the Youth and Trade program is to the community platform. And that's what I want to stress today and why it's so important to have an up-to-date profile on the community and also a business profile to give your business venture the added exposure that we know it deserves. So being accessible on this platform is really critical because it is our one-stop shop for being able to understand who is doing what in Kenya, in Uganda, in Ghana, wherever it may be, and connecting those members to relevant opportunities. And I can say, this has been the case for so many speaking engagements, for so many campaigns that we've run, and for so many challenges that we've organized. A great example that I can share with you is Mechi Ama, who is our new Yay advisor to ITC for Cameroon. She joined a challenge in 2020 that was held by the platform, and she actually ended up winning that challenge. And through that, she was connected with the executive director of ITC. And because of her winning that challenge and gaining that exposure, the World Trade Organization found out about her business and invited her to be a speaker in Geneva for the WTO public sessions, where she was directly able to speak on a panel with ambassadors, with ministers, and with other UN executive directors. So these are the kind of opportunities that you can find on the Yay community platform. So before I jump into going through the platform a little bit and kind of handling more of the technical aspect of this webinar, I'd love to invite our YEI advisor to ITC for Kenya, Ifra Arab, to say a few words just about herself and also, how she's been involved with this community. As I mentioned, we have this global platform, but we also have our local chapters, which are further engaging youth entrepreneurs in the local level to provide activities and events which support that community directly. So Ifra, just welcome. And if you'd like to say a few words, I'm sure everyone would love to hear from you.
Hi, Claire. Sorry, first of all, I'm in a very noisy place, so forgive me. I had to quickly rush off another meeting to join this one. So if there's any background noise, my apologies. Anyway, yeah, my name is Ifra Arab. I am the YEI advisor to ITC from the Kenyan chapter. And it's really good to see a lot of you guys here today. And really welcome to this session. And basically, I mean, the YEI community has been a community that has been very helpful to me personally and to a lot of us here. And for me, the most important thing about the YEI community is what it is exactly, community. So by this, I mean, as an entrepreneur, there's so much that we go through on a daily basis, and it's really important for us to have a community that's, is supportive in all terms, in terms of, looking for partnerships, in terms of looking for collaboration opportunities, in terms of, networking, in terms of just being a shoulder to lean on, basically, and just, sharing, hey, this is what I do, this is where I'm at, these are the challenges I'm facing. And especially among us young people, it's really important to have that social capital, to have somebody else mention your business in like a room full of opportunities. And that is what we're trying to do with the YEI community in Kenya. And I mean, we've had an amazing time on WhatsApp with the Kenyan community. But what we have here today is an opportunity to access the bigger global platform, which is the YEI community online platform, basically. And what Claire is going to take us through is how to set up your profile on this platform. And as she mentioned, and as you're going to see, this is going to be like an opportunity for you to sort of market yourself, put yourself out there, put your information out there, so that, when opportunities are available, then YEI community, like ITC on a broader level, is able to use that database, is able to use that information there to put your business out there even further. So if there's an opportunity that is within your industry, if there's a speaking opportunity that ITC thinks is something that's going to be very useful to you, then they can use that information to even present to the parties that are looking for somebody that is within your industry. So, welcome, guys. I really look forward to seeing all of you on the platform soon. Thank you, Claire, for taking us through it. And I'm really looking forward to this session.
Awesome. Thanks, Ifra, and thanks for joining. I know you're super busy these days, working all over Kenya with various different types of groups. But definitely, if you are interested to learn more about how you can engage with the YEI chapter, we also have a number of community members that are supporting Ifra in her work. And as well, we are working directly with Ashoka East Africa in Kenya. Please feel free to reach out to her. I put the WhatsApp chat link in the chat for the Zoom. And if you join the community there, you can also directly message Ifra, or you can search for her on the YEI community platform and directly send her a message through the platform. So with that, let's jump into the technical elements of this webinar today. I'm going to begin sharing my screen. So I hope that you can all see my screen now. So this is the homepage of the YEI community. Hopefully you are all quite familiar at this point in time with it, but in case you're not, this is what it looks like. It would be great as well if you are calling in today on your laptop or on a tablet or on your phone as well. You can do this. Log into your account so you can follow along and be going through some of these steps at the same time that we are. So just to kind of go a little bit into detail about the various things that you can take advantage of on the community, I first want to show you why, again, it's so important to have an up-to-date profile. You have on the community 2 profiles. You have your profile as an individual entrepreneur. This is important. It gives community members a sense of who you are, of what your interests are, of your background. And then what we're going to be discussing later today, you have your separate profile for your enterprise. And this gives your enterprise its own space to shine. So you have 2 chances to gain more visibility and exposure through the platform. So just coming here, you can see you have a number of users and you have a number of options. You can search by name or by keyword, search by location, choose a number of other filters, such as member type, such as industry, like agriculture, and the list goes on. So feel free to come check out the community, play around. The really cool part about it is, and I'll just show you an example, you can directly message any of these young people from around the world. So say you are Ifra or you are Elliot and you're based in Kenya and you're thinking about expanding your business operations to Nigeria and you find Akeem on the platform. You can come here, click send message and directly message Akeem and begin a conversation with him, learn from his experiences, send images, send links, and just start connecting. So as you can see, I'm the community manager, so I have a lot of messages happening, but I really advise you to take advantage of the messaging feature on the platform. People receive a direct ping to their inbox when you send them a message, so they're very likely to respond quickly. And if they don't, you can always contact me or Ifra, and we can help you out. I really, really recommend taking advantage of the platform in that way. But again, the best way to ensure that people can come to you for questions and answers is to make sure your individual user profile is up to date. So you can click on your icon in the top right and then go to my profile. And now you're taken to your individual user profile, which is completely customizable to your liking. You can change your header image here. You can update your information from LinkedIn. You can create your own tagline, your location, the type of member you are will be automatically displayed. You can link to your social media, and you can put lots of information about yourself here. Now I see all the information because I'm currently logged in as an admin, but don't worry, your email is not publicly available to every single person on the platform. But again, I really want to stress that the more business information you're able to provide here, the more details about your business, and the more you can provide information about your future ambitions or past awards that you've won and your impact, the more that we can get a sense of who you are. And when the right opportunity comes around, if your profile is complete and we as the youth and trade team can really understand, oh, who is this person? What are they about? We're more likely to be able to connect you to the right opportunities. And same for any other partner like the African Union Youth Division, like GIZ, like the European Union. They can also come to the platform and find you here and directly connect with you. So it's really important that you have this profile up to date. Now, just to show you, for each box, each segment of your profile, you have a little edit icon. If you click edit here, you'll see you can edit all this information. So you can choose, any industry that applies to you, any area of interest, and then you just click save and your information will be updated just like that. So same if you go over here for your contact details, your social links, all this is completely editable, customizable, and you can put as much information as you like. Click save and your profile is immediately up to date. So it's really simple to, go in, make changes whenever you need to. So if you have a new profile picture that you want to upload, you can edit that image and upload a new one. If you have a new header image for your company that you want to add, you can go ahead and upload that. So I really, really suggest that you get comfortable with updating and making changes. If ever you put something in and you realize it's not right, you can cancel or immediately go back in and save over it. And one thing that I want to share, which I noticed a number of people have not taken advantage of on the platform, but is a really cool feature, is you can see here, you can actually upload your resume or your CV. And if you click upload file, you can immediately upload a PDF. You'll see it must be a PDF. It cannot be a doc. And then people can actually see your CV, which could be really cool if someone is looking for the right person to be a co-founder, or if a mentor wants to get a more detailed overview of what you're sharing with potential employers. That information will be accessible here. People can click a link and they can directly check out your CV. So I just want to start with the individual personal profile, because it's really important that this profile is also reflecting who you are. And again, this is a place where you as the individual entrepreneur can shine and share more information about your business and more information about who you are as an individual. And I just want to also stress that the financial information on the business is private. So I see this information as a community manager, but other entrepreneurs on the platform will not see this information. So just to make note of that. Now, I just want to pause because I've already said a lot, and just check the chat box. If you guys have questions, if I'm moving too quickly, if anything is unclear, please feel free to use the raise your hand function and I can stop and answer your question. So I don't see any hands raised yet, but if you have a question, please feel free to ask. All right, I see a hand. Douglas, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask your question.
Okay, hi Claire. And,
hey there.
My name is Douglas. I'm an electrician by profession. I do electrical installation, repairs, and maintenance. So currently, I own Skytech Electrical Enterprise, though it's not fully registered in Kenya. And I'm looking forward to raising the funds and having it registered. So now on my question was on the year profiler, the year Kenya profile. I'm really trying to create update my information, but when I try to save onto my industry, so whenever I fill in, if I save, it still tells me it's blank, and yet I have added some information in it. So I don't know if you could help Claire with that.
What industry are you trying to fill in?
So I am into energy and power.
Okay. So for example, you type in energy, and then when you click save, it goes blank.
Yes, yes.
And you don't see anything here when you click save.
Yes.
Okay. So let's catch up after the call, because that sounds like a glitch, because as you can see, I just clicked energy and it was fine. So should be able to save that. So I'm not sure what the issue is there, but I'll definitely check it out and we can review it together. So yeah, and you're definitely hitting save after you've selected the industry, not cancel.
Yes, yes.
Okay, then yeah, let's sit down after the call. Don't leave, and we can go through it together. I'll ask you to share your screen, and maybe we can figure out why. Because as you can see with mine, it's saving fine. So perhaps it's a glitch.
Oh yeah, it worked. It worked.
Ah, it worked. Okay, excellent.
Yeah. Thanks.
Great. Okay, glad we got that sorted out. Thanks for asking that question. See, sometimes we just need to talk it through. That's perfect. I'm glad that worked out. So let's then move on. Just checking the chat box. Mashare, did you want to ask a question?
Hello, Claire.
Hi.
Yeah, I had a question. Earlier in the introduction, you said that mainly the ITC deal in youths in trade, and I was wondering, is there any particular focus on entrepreneurs in trade, as in tangible products, as opposed to entrepreneurs who are in services? I mean management consulting and it's mainly about professional services. So I wanted to know that.
Great, thanks for that question, Mashari. So the way that ITC works as a UN agency is we have, let's say, our core offering, and we have specific projects that we carry out in different countries with funding from different donors. And sometimes those projects have a specific focus on a target group like youth, or a target sector, like, for example, the cacao industry, or the coconut value chain, for example. So within ITC, there are a lot of different projects that are constantly going on, and there are many teams in-house that work on consumer goods and value chains, and there's a lot happening specifically in sub-Saharan Africa on, as I mentioned, cacao, coconut, shea, coffee, many different types of tea. So there's lots of work happening in-house. If you're interested in connecting with those different teams, I'd be happy to see where we can facilitate those linkages. The thing with ITC as well is that our focus, because we are, let's say, an older UN agency, and our more legacy focus was on products, and specifically those which could have value addition and then could be exported to other countries to raise the GDP of countries in the global south. So a lot of the ITC work does revolve around these more, let's say, traditional sectors. But now, of course, as more and more young people are working in ICT, in business process management, we're doing a lot more to support those in the services and IT sectors to also understand how they can internationalize and engage in international business. So perhaps we can catch up after this call, Mashari, and discuss more about who I could link you to in-house. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that works very fine. Thank you.
No problem. Great. So I think that's all the questions I see for now. So I'm going to move on to the business profile. Once again, just before we leave the personal profile, I want to stress that you can click this update from LinkedIn, and some of your LinkedIn content can be automatically migrated to your profile, and as well to come here, play around with it, edit. If you want to fill this in with lots of information about yourself, please go ahead. If you feel the next day you want to come back and change that, you can always make those changes. Nothing that you put here has to stay here permanently. So going to your business profile. To navigate there, you go to this communities tab here and you click on Yay Businesses. Now, I'm sure that to many of you, this is actually a new page, which is why we wanted to host this session, because it's a really underused feature of the website. So you can see here, there's quite a lot of entrepreneurs that have chosen to give their business a unique profile for itself. And it's really cool, as you can all see, because you can showcase whether you are raising funds or not, which is a very important thing to know about. So before I dive into showing you how you set up your profile, I'm going to just show you some of the businesses that we have here. You can see they're from all over the world, but I'm going to show you one that is quite complete. So when you have your own business profile, again, it looks very similar to your user profile, but this space gives you more of like a business page, like a business page on Facebook or a business page on LinkedIn, for example. So here you can connect directly to your website. You can upload your logo. Once again, you can include a header image here, and you can put a tagline. What is the business about? Some additional information, diving in more deeply, of course, the sector. And then really cool, you can put your pitch video or any product videos that you might have. So you can directly upload that here. And finally, you can, of course, put if you're fundraising, so you can put how much you're fundraising, by which timeline, and then if you've already raised funds. On the right-hand side here, you can get a brief business overview, and you can see which team members are linked to this business, and of course, directly message any of them. Really cool as well is that users can directly come and comment here, and then you can start a conversation around your business profile. So that's why I think, this is a really great feature that you have access to on the platform. And you can see we have lots of different businesses. This is another quite complete one. You can see they've uploaded their website, their Facebook, but also their Twitter handles. You can see who the CEO is. You have lots more information about the business on this one, so you can choose to complete as much information as you like. But this is a great also way to showcase how much attention your business has gotten. If you want to put forward any awards that you've received, your, of course, pitch video, and how you can help them, which doesn't have to be financial. So here you can see this user has put, help us connect with impact investors and relevant organizations to expedite our seed round raise. So they want network linkages, not just funds. Obviously, they want it to lead to funds, but they want more than that. So yeah, great thing to do for your business is to give it that little extra boost. And just wanted to show you, a couple more, just so you guys get a sense. It can be a really short overview, or it can be a long overview. It depends on what you want your business profile to look like. And another thing that I'll stress is that if you have your entire founding team here on the Yay community platform, each of you will have your own member profile, but you can all be viewed together on your team here. So if you have this section activated, you have your various team members. So you can list your co-founder, your CEO, as they've done the CEO, CFO, whoever is in your founding team. You can link to all of their profiles there. Now, if I click send message, I can have a group chat with them. So another great way to connect with more than one user at one time. So you can very easily come here and check out all these businesses, send a message to the founder, or even comment on the business profile. The opportunities for connection are really endless. You can see as well here again, we have Akeem, who I mentioned earlier. I was just messaging him and his co-founder Rukaya because we have a Yay chapter event coming up in Nigeria and I wanted to invite them to speak. So I found out about them through their business profile. So again, great way to tap into additional opportunities for your business. So this is another profile. They've chosen not to upload their video, but you can see they have all their social links. They have 2 team members linked, and they have lots of information here. So you can go to their website and connect with them there. So let's talk about how we set this up. It's really easy, and that's why I want to encourage you all to do it. So if you click here on this blue button, publish your business venture, you will be taken to a new window that you can completely customize to your liking. Once again, similar to your own individual profile, with this profile, we want you to give more exposure, raise the profile, give attention just to your business. So if you have a header image that you have on your LinkedIn or you have on your Facebook, you can upload that here. You can upload your logo here. Of course, the name of the company. You can select the stage that you're at, the number of people in the team, your business tagline. So let's say, I don't know, e-commerce for the world, something like this. So lots of opportunities to, give your business that little boost. And then the high level pitch. This is, what you want to share with investors or interested collaborators. So I would say, keep it short, keep it to the point, and really share what your business is about, what the solution is, and how it's making an impact. Then, of course, you can tick this little box here to say whether you're a nonprofit or not. You can say when your business started its activities. You can directly upload a link to a video from your own website, from YouTube, wherever it may be. And of course, here you can give lots of additional information about your business. So that's where you can complete, any awards that you've received, any acceleration programs, any impact stories that you've generated on the ground. That can all go in this detailed description, which is a mandatory field. So you have to complete that, but you can choose how much information you want to put in there. And of course, you can play around. You can do bullets, you can have an ordered list, You can also link to other materials. And once again, you can insert a video here as well if you want. So lots of ways to customize this and make it your own. As I showed you before, you also have a field that asks you, how can people help you? So this is really important as well, because it can say, I'm looking for a co-founder. I'm looking for a collaborator based in, let's say, the Netherlands, who can help me to understand what the legal requirements are to expanding my business operations into the Netherlands. That's the place to put that. Or if you want to say, I'm looking to connect with investors and raise funds, I'm looking for angel investment, you can also put that here. Again, you have the industry field. So like we spoke with before, you can select energy, you can select renewable energy, you can select multiple sectors. You don't just have to select one. You can type in your location. So this can be like Kenya, or it could be more specific if you want it to be. You can type in an exact address even there. That's up to you how specific you'd like to be. And another cool feature, if you have offices in more than one place, you can add 2 locations. So if I have offices in Lagos and offices in Nairobi, I can upload both. You can add as many locations as you like. Now, on to the raising funds section. If you are not raising funds, you can leave this as it is. So the little toggle stays to the left. But if you want to show that you are raising funds, you can toggle that to the right, and then you can select the amount. So let's say 50,000 US dollars, or you can select other currencies, and we have almost all the currencies of the world. So if you're raising it in, I don't know, because we are mentioning Lagos, Naira, oh, I think I'm spelling that wrong. Well, if you're raising it in yen, or if you're raising it in Canadian dollars, you can select whatever currency you want, but it is a required field. So let's do euros, for example. And you can select the term. So I want to raise it by May 2022. And then away you go. Now this will show up when people come to your profile. They will know that you are looking to raise 50,000 euros by May 2022. So a great way, again, to raise attention to the fact that you are looking for funds. And if an investor comes to the profile, they can check it out. And if they're very interested, they can reach out to you directly, or they can connect you with some people who might be able to help. So again, great way for that added visibility for your company. Then we have the link section. This is where, as I mentioned, you can upload your website URL, your Facebook business page, LinkedIn business page, Twitter, or AngelList. So by contrast to your individual member profile, where you want to get people to go to your personal LinkedIn, here on this, you want to send people to your business Facebook page or your business's LinkedIn page. If you don't have that, don't worry, you can leave it blank. As you saw from the examples, some people only had their website, some people had all of their social channels up. It's up to you what you want to do. Here in this next section, you can showcase your completed funding rounds. So if you've already successfully raised funds, again, this shows to a financier that's on the platform that you are actually working with active funds right now, that investors have trust in you. So you can select the type of funds you've raised. You can even select grant. You can showcase the amount if you like. It's not mandatory. The date that it closed and the year. You can even showcase the investor's name. This also gives you increased credibility because whoever's looking at your business profile can actually check out the investor and make sure that's correct information. So please make sure it is correct if you write in the investor's name. And you can even link to the investor's website or Crunchbase or their LinkedIn, for example. And if there's been any press release, any media coverage, Forbes 30 under 30, you can also put that link in here, and then that will show up at the bottom of your profile as well. And another cool feature, if you've completed multiple funding rounds, so for example, seed A, seed B, you can just click this plus, and then you can do another round, another investor, and another link to their profile. So here we are. Oh, sorry, this is another investor. this is another round of funding. So you have 2 complete separate rounds, and you can do that as many times as you like. So, you know, if you've raised, let's say angel pre-seed here, 500 USD by mom and dad, you can showcase that there. You know, it doesn't have to be the case that it's an institutional investor. It could be an angel investment from your family and friends. So that's a great way to showcase as well that someone has already trusted you with funds and that you are currently in the process of managing those funds. Now, as I mentioned previously, you can link your business profile to multiple members on the platform. So here you can link to, let's say, Ifra, for example, and she will automatically pop up, and you can say that Ifra is the CEO. But then say I also want to showcase my other co-founder who's also on the platform, Brian. Then I can also showcase Brian and say that he is the COO. And you can do this as many times as you like. Then I advise before you click save, we come back up to the top, check through everything. Obviously, there's a lot that will showcase if you have not completed it, and it's mandatory that you must complete it. And you can see that here in red, this field is required. So let's say Claire's e-commerce world, e-commerce for the world. And let's just go with these silly ones. And we click save, and let's see if I haven't completed anything. This currency again. It will definitely inform you if you have not done something correctly. And now we should be able to see a very blank, but a start for Claire's e-commerce world. So you can see, and you can continue to edit and adapt and go through it time and again. So play around with it. You can always go back in and edit it once it's there. It's not there for good. You'll see in the top right, you can always go back to edit. So I just want to encourage, if you ever notice that anything is wrong or incorrect, you're never glued into that for good. You can always go back into this editing profile, make those changes. So you forgot to say how people can help you grow. Networking and linkages. And then click save again. And now you will see that how to help us is there. So this is the basis of the business profile. You can see I'm raising funds. You can see I didn't upload my logo, but I can always go back in and do that. You can see that I've already raised funds. You can see my business tagline here. And I'm not sure why my members didn't show up, but perhaps I didn't save them properly. But anyways, my point in stressing that you can always go in and make these changes so that you can continue to adapt and update your business profile. And I'm not sure, I think Ifra and Brian need to approve being on my team before they show up. So they will show up eventually. So that's your business profile. And again, if you're ever wondering how something should look, if you're not sure yours looks right, you can always come and check out how someone else has done it and then see, oh yeah, I like that they put that there. Or I like that, you know, this how to help us is really clear. I forgot to do that. So you can always, you know, check out other people's profiles and get inspired from what they've done. So that's the business profile in a nutshell. And of course, I can always come into mine and delete it if I no longer want it to be visible. That's also possible. So yeah, that's the business profile. And once again, I just want to stress that when the Youth and Trade team, which is obviously we are, I believe, 7 of us, are looking for speakers for an event, or if an investor comes to us and says, I'm looking to create a pipeline of youth-led businesses in the agri value chain working in sub-Saharan Africa, I come to the platform. My colleagues in the team, they come to the platform and we review the individual member profiles and we review the business profiles. And then from that, we create a pipeline which we can then present to investors. So I really want to stress that this, although you might not immediately get bombarded with messages, having an up-to-date profile and a business profile really does help us to know who is on the platform and to ensure that when opportunities arise, we are able to connect you with those opportunities. And also vice versa, when you are on the platform, you are informed of the latest opportunities, events, activities that are happening. You will receive messages, you can be connected by other members. And just to kind of close out, in case you guys haven't noticed, we have the events board, but we also have an opportunities board, which is also accessible to anyone on the platform, where you can come and say, this person, for example, is looking for a tech co-founder. This person is looking for a mentor. This person is looking for an ambassador. So if you don't have an up-to-date profile, you won't be able to tap into these opportunities because this person is going to not know who you are, not understand what you're about. So having an up-to-date profile means when you respond to this, they can go to your individual member profile, check you out and say, yeah, I think I want to contact this person back. And a great success story is actually this head of partnerships call from our partners at Ambitious Africa. They posted this here, and one of the EA members actually applied for it. And now he is in the process of becoming the Ambitious Africa new head of partnerships. And he wouldn't have found out about this if he didn't have an up-to-date profile, because he got an immediate bump when this was posted because it was applicable to him. And that's, again, why it's really important to be active and engaged on the platform. So I've spoken a lot. I'm going to stop and once again check the chat and see if there are any questions from anyone. So I'm not seeing any hands. Let me check the chat. No additional questions there. So does anyone have a question on the business profile? Again, all this information should be accessible on your own website. So it should be about copy pasting even from your LinkedIn or your Facebook as well, and adding it in here and then making sure it looks the way that you want it to look. So just to stress, this shouldn't be new information. This should be pulling information from other critical channels that you operate. Thanks, Charlene. I'm glad you found it helpful. So I'm not seeing any hands raised. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen quickly and see if there's anyone who wants to jump in. Does anyone have a question? Anything was unclear? Were you all able to follow along? Were any of you following along actually doing the things as I was saying them on your own profile? This will be the test.
So Claire, on my end, I was just taking notes on what to do moving forward, because my profile, it's up on the platform, but it's also lacking, and it's good to see, all the features and all the things that I can add on to it. So thank you for, taking us through this process.
Yeah, definitely. No problem. And I really hope that this has been informative and that you guys all feel confident now going in and writing your own business profiles. As I mentioned, you can always redo and redo again your information until you're satisfied with it. If you have additional questions that you don't feel comfortable asking here and you want to follow up with me privately, you can also do that. You can feel free to, I'm just going to share my screen again so you guys can see. If you want to find me and send me a message, you can do it directly through the platform. You can go to my profile and then you can send me a message. Obviously, cannot send myself a message, but you will see a message button here. So feel free, we can have a follow-up chat. I'm happy to walk you through how to also work on completing your personal profile to make sure that it is the most relevant as possible. Yes, and something I forgot to mention. Now, when you've linked your business profile to you as an individual, you also will see you have a small square here, a small content block that says involved in, and the name of the company. And then you can go directly to your own company. So this is a great way to further connect so people can actually see your business profile right from your individual user profile. So just one final point to note there. So with that, I'd love to have a follow-up and make sure that you guys all have your business profiles updated. It would also be good to know how long it takes each of you to complete this. It should not take more than, I would say, 15 minutes to update your business profiles. So would love to see some more business profiles activated in the next week. This is also because we're going to be working with more private sector partners in the future, and as well more investors, building out our partnership with the African Business Angels Network. And again, just to stress that the platform is a really great tool that we at ITC use to find the right people. And the reason we need the profiles is because there are over 19,000 users on the Yay community database, and we need some way to identify those which are the strongest candidates for the opportunities that we're seeking out. And if you have a business profile and you have a complete member profile, then you're more likely to be selected for the various opportunities that might come around. So again, it's a great opportunity to give yourself that added exposure. I mean, as a young entrepreneur, you know, it's essential to get yourself out there, to network, to ensure that your profile is on as many platforms as possible. I'm sure many of you guys are on PC4A. I'm sure many of you are on the Yay community. You have your LinkedIn, you have your Facebook. The more places you're visible, the more opportunities can come to you. So this is just another channel that you can use to connect, to find funding, to find co-founders, to find opportunities for acceleration programs or incubation programs or capacity building, whatever it is. So on that note, I want to close out the discussion on your business profile and your member profile, because I don't see any more hands raised. Again, if you want to connect with me privately because you have follow-up questions, please do that. And I'm going to close out this session by showing you another exciting event that's going to be happening in Kenya. So we have coming up next week, Yay Kenya meetup on Failure Talks. And we're really excited because we have some amazing speakers that are going to be there. It's going to be on a Saturday and it's going to be in person. Yay! We're so excited about having in-person events again. So really looking forward to welcoming you all there. It's on a Saturday at lunchtime at the Ashoka offices. And we're going to be blessed with our special guest, Brian Yagol. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. And he's going to be talking about his entrepreneurial journey and also about overcoming failure. As well, we have another special guest that we'll be showcasing next week. So stay tuned for that. And then there will be a chance for Q&A followed by networking. So if you're interested in attending this event, you can, of course, come to the Yay community platform and directly register. So I will share that screen with you guys as well, so everyone can see how to register for this event. So I'll take you guys now to the events tab. I hope you're all familiar with this by now, because as you can see, tons of great events happening on the community, like really cool stuff happening. Here you can come to the Yay Kenya Failure Talk. You can learn about the event. You can even go to Brian's LinkedIn page, check him out, and then you can directly go to register for the event here. Registration is super easy and simple. You just proceed to enter the information about yourself, bit of information, age, your company, your WhatsApp, etc. Click submit, and then you'll immediately get the link, your ticket, and all the other relevant information directly to your email. So please register for our upcoming Failure Talk. I think it's going to be a really exciting event. And as I mentioned, super excited to be having in-person events again and to be connecting with you guys in person. I'm sharing the link in the chat so you guys can all immediately go and register. I hope you all do that because we're really excited to be connecting with you guys in person. Again, this event is on Saturday, 26th of February, in person at the Ashoka offices. you can see the exact address is in the event page. So looking forward to welcoming you all there. Ifra will be there, Brian will be there. I wish I could be there. Hopefully I'll be there soon. But definitely we will be welcoming you all. Ifra, did you want to jump in?
Yeah, I just wanted to say we can have you online as well. And we'll be trying to, if you have any questions about setting up your profile and you'll need any help in person, then Brian will also be there. I'll also be there to help you. Yuzuka hopefully will also be there to help us with it. So guys, feel free to start working on your profiles. And there's going to be free food, free drinks. It's a networking event, so come on. Invite as many young people as you can. I am really looking forward to hearing Brian's story. We've talked about his work before, his journey to entrepreneurship, but I'm really looking forward to hear some of the failures he's had and how he's overcome the challenges. We'll have another speaker as well. So guys, I'm really looking forward to this event and I can't wait to meet you guys in person. For the guys who attended last time, I'm seeing some of you guys here. I saw Elliot a while ago. I'm seeing you, Hassan. Met you last time. I look forward to seeing you again. Is it okay to invite people not part of the community if they're young entrepreneurs? Yes, definitely. We'd love to have them be part of the community as well. Yeah, so welcome.
Yes, thanks, Ifra. And just to mention, the purpose of the Yay community and the Yay chapter is not to build a closed walled garden. We want to make sure that the Yay community serves any aspiring young entrepreneur and active young entrepreneur, and that they're able to tap into the networks and the community that it offers. So anyone is welcome to become a member of the Yay chapter in Kenya, to become a member of the Yay community global platform. We encourage it, in fact. So Charlene, if you have other members of your personal network that you feel can benefit and take advantage of what we're offering, they're more than welcome to join. And also, of course, we have Brian Chazoli here, who is the representative from our local anchor organization, which is Ashoka in Kenya. And they, of course, provide a number of opportunities for not just youth entrepreneurs, but change makers in general. So together, you can tap into the Ashoka network, you can tap into the Yay network. As I mentioned, the more communities that you're a part of, the more opportunities will be accessible to you. Brian, I don't know if you wanted to jump in and say a few words. Okay, maybe he's not there. Well, then...
whenever Brian Nyagol is there, he insists on being called Chesoli. So I don't know if that's what he's responding to today. Besides the point. But yeah, maybe he's not there.
Hello?
Hey, go ahead.
Oh, I seem to be having a problem with my internet. You can hear me?
We can hear you fine now. It was cutting for a minute.
Okay, I actually don't have anything to add, just welcoming everyone and thank you for hosting this session. Just that. And just reiterate that Ashoka is ready to support the young entrepreneurs. So come one, come all. And it's an open network. And anyway, I'm repeating what you said and I didn't want to do that. So thank you, Claire. I just wanted my voice heard. Thanks.
Thanks, Brian. And before I let you all go, I'm just going to share with you one last opportunity that's accessible to you next week. It's not through Yay Kenya, but it's Yay Global. We have two really exciting events coming up. For anyone who's a mentor here, we have the Yay Mentor Masterclass, which will be led by expert coach Ligia Ramos on how to mentor youth entrepreneurs on public speaking and communication skills. So you can check this event out here. Again, free to register for anyone. But if you're a young entrepreneur and you want to hone your own personal public speaking and communication skills, we have a second session that she's leading that's directed at youth entrepreneurs on how to master your public speaking and communication skills. So again, you're all welcome to come register for this event here on the platform, Or as well, if you think there's other young entrepreneurs in your network that can benefit from this event, you're more than welcome to share it. So just to reiterate, so many cool things happening on the platform. Really advise you to get involved and get active on it. And with that, I think that's the last thing I wanted to cover. We're just in time. So maybe while I have everyone here, and because I always forget to take a picture and I really regret it, I'd love to invite you all to turn on your camera just for a minute and let's take a group photo.